Hey everybody, Jim Dedelow here. I'm the morning host, or I was in 2025 at least, and I am the owner here of WJOB, as once again I was in 2025. Let's go to Veterans Day of 2025. That would have been November 11th. And I just start talking to people and try to hear their stories, because that's what we do here on WJOB. We tell the continuing tale of the Calumet region. Here it is. Let's start out with Ron Matlock, a longtime caller, very loyal to the morning show, and a veteran. Let's hear his story and others. Don't forget, you can go to Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and just type in Jim Dedelow, and you'll be able to listen to my stuff at any time, anywhere.
Well, good morning. I certainly want to wish everybody happy Veterans Day. Being a veteran myself, I served in the Vietnam War. I think for so many, as a matter of fact, I'll be going out today. Some of the restaurants, I think I had about several I went to last year, meaning about several. Went to the Texas Roadhouse, which is a good one.
We get the bloomin' onion. Get that big onion thing, yeah.
And also to my friend, my girlfriend, she's a veteran in the Air Force. I'm in the Army, and my son, matter of fact, Ryan the second, who is will be 47 tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, he'll be 47. And I went to see him in San Diego, where the Marines meet. And he said, "Daddy, you know what ARMY spell?" I said, "Yes, it's spelled Army." He said, "No, ain't ready for the Marines yet." Meaning they have very strenuous training. I never will forget that. They have some very strenuous training, and those guys, they do stuff that we couldn't do in Vietnam. They were actually on the front line, Jed. And so AR.
You know what? I don't mean to laugh, because there's plenty people that are listening and are relatives of that were in the Army, but I've heard that before. They have the
ain't ready for the Marines.
Yes, I mean, I'm like, I know what he's going to say. I'm like, I don't know if it's but it's well known.
I still tease him about that. I say, "You remember what you told me?" And I told him, I said, that uniform has the prettiest uniforms in the Marines. I said, he said, "Dad, I don't want to wear that when I come out." I said, "Man, these girls will be running at you in that uniform." And so he told me, he said, "Well, I'm going to wear it because I didn't want to wear it, when I got home. I wanted to be in civilian clothes." And so, but when he told me Army, I said, "What do you mean? That's Army. Ain't ready for Marines yet, Daddy."
You know how many Army guys right now are just so angry that you said that, but that's it's well known. Camp Pendleton, was he at Pendleton? Go ahead.
It wasn't putting the army down. It was just saying they do have very strenuous training. They have like 100 pounds on each arm and all that stuff. It's very tough. Those guys are tough. And not saying that the Army was not tough, but let me just tell you, during my time in that, I was a Vietnam vet. I was inducted into the military in 1967. So, in other words, that's something like close to 57, 58 years back. And so I had started to work at Inland Steel. And after 2 years, I graduated from school in 1965. And so I was working at Inland Steel for 2 years, and then I got a call from Uncle Sam. I said, "Oh, I don't want to go." And at that same time, there was an athlete, and I think you know who that person was, refused to go into the military. His name was a heavyweight champion,
Cassius
Muhammad
Clay.
Ali.
Cassius Clay. He was Cassius Clay when he at the time.
Well, he was Cassius Clay, yeah. And he indicated at the time, because I was inducted in Shreveport, Louisiana. And so at the same time, he said, "Well, I can't go." And he made a reason he didn't have no problem with the Vietnamese, blah, blah. So just give me a little history of that. And so I said, "Oh, my God, I can't refuse to do this, because I'll end up doing." Well, what he did, he was blackballed for a number of years. You know that. You old enough to know that. He was blackballed. And I think the first fight he had was going back because he did not serve in the military. And I said, well, I'm going to serve in the military, and I'm not going to say no. I said, even though that I felt that was not a just war, and it wasn't, okay? They call it a conflict. At the same time, the president was Lyndon Baines Johnson. I could give you a whole history. He said I would not run for president again because he was a Democrat. And the war, people was very, you probably remember that, Jed. Some, Adriana don't, but at the time, Lyndon Baines Johnson indicated he would not run for president of the United States because Lyndon Baines Johnson taken over from John Kennedy, right? John Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. So, of course, it fell into Lyndon Baines Johnson's lap. And he didn't do anything. And, of course, I guess he couldn't. I'm not just saying he's. So, all of a sudden, he did not run for office again. So, at the time, I was going into Vietnam. I said, oh, my mother was the kind of person who never flies. She said, I will follow you all the way to the Pacific Ocean, which means was California, was the Pacific. Because she didn't believe in flying. She caught the bus. She caught the bus and said, because I'll never see you again. I said, what do you mean, Mama? What do you mean? I said, Mother. I said, you know what? I'm not in infantry, so I won't be on the front line. She said, oh, okay. I say, because when I went to basic training, everybody want to be an expert shooter, you know, and they shoot. And when I went to right rank, I shot in the sky and I missed. They said, "Oh, you ain't going. You can't see." I knew what I was doing. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go on the front line. I wanted to serve in the war, but I was in engineering, and so when I got back, I got shot, but it was in enemy. We had sometimes have guard duty, and give me a little history of this thing.
Wait a second. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Did you say I got shot?
Yeah, I got shot. Yes, I did. You don't have to be on infantry to get shot. You get shot by the enemy, which was the Viet Congs, they call them. It was not the Vietnamese. We went there. See, you might not know, and Andrea probably don't know why we went to Vietnam. You know, we did it to save the country because it was going. Saigon. Well, actually, it's Ho Chi Minh City today. It was Saigon at the time, you know. And so again, the question. What did you just ask me? The question you just asked me. I'm sorry.
So I asked. I mean, you buried the lead. Well, of course I got shot, but blah 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 blah. And then I'm like, hold on a second. You got shot?
I got shot because what happened? Crossfire. It was shooting, and I was serving as at night. Sometimes we had to serve as we had towers. We had to serve as guard duty to keep us. And a bullet hit me, and so I got shot. Yes, I got shot. It's not a secret that I said that many times. What do you mean? Did you get shot? I was in Vietnam, and I didn't have to be in infantry. You could get shot. You could get injured by strapping when those bombs and hand grenades come, and that strapping hits you. It could kill you, man. What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I think people that like dislike your politics and so forth.
I know they do.
I don't think they understand the depth of you. I mean, you and I have talked off air, so I know some of this stuff. So I don't think people understand.
Yeah. Now I did indicate that Democrat was the president of the United States, and it was unjust war by a Democrat. So I'll say that. So they don't like my politics because I basically say what I feel is right. I'm a veteran. I love America, and sometimes I don't want to hear me say that. I heard one guy say, I don't forget his name. He got some haters, you know. Well, he always talking about he's a veteran. Well, I'm proud to have served in this country. I was called. I didn't want to go, but I went because I started to work at Inland Steel. I was making plenty of money, and I bought me a new car and all that stuff. And because I was coming to the South and bought a new car and all that, I said, "Oh boy, I'm loving this." And I got to go in the military, and at the time, I think I was taking home a check for a number of money at Inland Steel. I said, "Well, this is great." And when you go in the military, you paid for that. But at the same time, I I ranked. They call it a spec 5, specialist 5, E5, and people know who've been in the military. That's equal to a sergeant. Okay, in 2 years, that was a great rank, and I served well, and I was promoted. And they asked me, "Do you want to re-enlist in the military?" I said, "Oh no!" I 2 years was enough. I was a draftee. I didn't volunteer, but when I draft, I went to do. So I have good fond memories of my military, and I'm not ashamed to say yes. I didn't. It was somebody. I got shot. Okay, and you didn't know that. I never told you that, right? I never talk about it.
Well, I mean, until this moment on the air, I mean, I think on a phone call once off the air, we talked a little bit about your service, but you don't ever really bring it up, so we don't know.
I never really bring it up because, again, I attend a lot of things in Lake Station now. Every month, the veterans and they'll be meeting there. I think this coming Friday they'll be meeting, and I go and I get compensation for my injuries in Vietnam. I get some compensation, and right now under this president, hopefully those things. I know we have our congressman is he sometimes attend our meetings, Frank Mervan, and I'm pleased that he would do that because he has a very good standing with the veterans, and I'm not getting political. People say Frank Mervan up. I'm just saying he's been really good. He didn't call me a sucker. Sometimes, we've had people call people they're suckers because they got caught. We don't have to mention names. You know who I'm talking about. Somebody called what's this guy Kane? Was senator from
wasn't he 5.5 years of POW?
Yeah.
Can you imagine
and he was a sucker. He was a sucker. He got caught. So I have to sometimes venture off into that little politics.
All right, I'm gonna pull you back right now, Ron. But okay. I'll speak for everybody else. Thank you for your service, and I'll be honest with you. I'm sure that there are a lot of people that are a little surprised. You just kind of glaze over it. Oh yeah, of course I got shot, but I'm like, hold on a second.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Hey, we got to end this. We got other stuff going on. Hey, happy Veterans Day. Keep doing what you're doing, Matlock. All right. Yeah, let's finish up here. Hey, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, I'd like to shout out to all the Whiting Post 80 veterans, and today's kind of a weird day for me because I graduated high school in 1976, and we were worrying about being drafted, and I feel today's a day of feeling guilty because my class didn't even have to get a selective service card, and the draft stopped for I think it was 18 months, and my class was one of the classes that didn't have to get a selective service card. So today's kind of like a bittersweet day for me. And I really appreciate all the veterans that have given their lives, and it's just and all the ones who have served. So that, it's kind of a weird day today, and I feel a little guilty, and I know I shouldn't, but that's what it is, and that's how I feel.
Last phone call. Hey, you're on the air. Two. All right, we'll take two. Hey, you're on the air.
Figures I'd be the last phone caller, pretty damn close to it. What the heck?
How's Adriana doing?
She talks too fast.
I know, I do.
Yeah, that's the only, there's some things that constructive criticism, but I would never do it on the air.
Oh, I know that you were going to have something, and
no, I don't have. I think she's good. I said that from the get-go.
You were one of the ones that prompted me to give her a bigger role, and I get that. But
no, she did that herself.
But here's the thing. When I hear people that are Adriana's age, and there are tons of them that come through here to do the games and are part of it, we probably have, 10 to 15 people in the 18 to 24 age group that do cameras and stuff. When they talk to each other, it is very fast. Mm-hmm. You hear my kind of slow way of talking on the air. I can't even get in their conversations because it's two different speeds. And
well, that's because they're on the job. They're doing it. They're not thinking about anything else, and they communicate. You're not in it. You just stay out. You're too slow.
You're too fast. I'm too slow. Anything else? So what's on your mind?
No, what? It's Tuesday. What's going on?
Verly?
Oh, yeah.
Where is she? No,
I don't know.
She told Adriana, I think.
She's not going to be here today. She'll be here next week.
Yeah, she had something that was
Adriana,
planned.
I have one more thing to say. You have 2 tardies already.
Oh, yeah. I do.
I mean, yeah, you got to stop that.
Oh, man, you're the best. You know, you can say things I can't say. You know that?
You technically can. You're my boss.
You shouldn't be able not to say it. Who's the boss?
You talk too fast and you have 2 tardies.
Yeah, it's all right.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
We haven't talked. I just thought I'd say, hi.
All right. Well, hi, and thank you for noticing. I appreciate it. Talk to you.
And I honor all my relatives that served today, and I'm very honored. And the Vietnam War was something terrible to live through with the guys that talked about it.
Yeah.
Because in my day, it was not a good war. They hated the guys that went to Vietnam. I mean, it was, maybe you're not old enough. But yeah, it wasn't a very fun war In fact, there's times they don't even call it a war.
Pat O'Donnell talks about serving and almost getting killed and going through all these really bad things and getting off the plane in, I think, San Francisco, and people spitting on him. Spitting on him. And
and those are Americans.
Yep. Crazy times.
So, okay.
All right, you got to go. Otherwise, you're going to say something else that just is against it.
I got to finish rolling. Goodbye.
Bye.
We got one more and then.
You talk too fast and you're late.
There we go. It's okay. I'll fix them.
Hey, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, good morning, Jim.
What's up, man?
Hey, I don't know if anybody has said this to you, but thank you for your service.
For what? I didn't serve in the military.
I thought you were in the Navy.
No, I never was.
No,
that was.
You're gonna.
Okay.
That was the Okay, I know. Yeah.
Are you confusing me with McDermott like a bunch of other people do?
Yeah.
You're doing it on purpose, but some people...
honestly, I apologize. I truly apologize. Oh my gosh! Now I'm never gonna get my phone call picked up ever again.
Oh, you will. Hey, let's just.
I want to call about. You guys have been advertising about Lamar's Heroes Across America billboard campaign for the veterans.
Yeah.
Where you submit the photo and they show them on their billboard and everything. I just emailed Adriana my dad's picture, but I did it and we were actually able to see it the other day. And I just want to let everybody know, because I haven't heard any more on here, but they're running it until the 17th, so you still have time to go and submit a photo and their name, and I think this is a wonderful thing. My dad has no clue about this yet, so after we go to the service at Griffith Central Park, we're going to take him up there and just sit in front of the billboard for however long it takes and show it to him.
So you submitted your dad's?
Yes.
They're going to start running that. I think the closest one that I saw was right here on Indianapolis Boulevard. Is there? Where are some of the other ones?
The one where we saw Dad's was okay. So it's closer to Albany's on 30. There's a
that's
Anytime
his dad's,
Fitness.
Right?
Yep, that's my dad,
William Harding. Yes, it is.
Yes, you interviewed him a few years ago.
Yes, I did. I remember that. God,
yeah.
Look at that young picture, man.
He's a baby.
He's a baby. That guy's playing shortstop for Morton as a sophomore. I mean, that's what it looks like, a sophomore shortstop. But anyways, man, that's a beautiful thing.
So that one is on US 30 over by the Anytime Fitness. It faces east. So when you pull into Anytime Fitness, you want to look towards the west and just watch the scrolling of the billboards. And now this is the picture that Lamar, truth be told, this is a picture that Lamar sent us. The picture that I took the other day was kind of blurry. I didn't want to send that one. But I just thought this was a good picture to send to you guys.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, and many of there are, that is William Harding serving in the Navy. What year would have that been?
53 through 56.
God, it's a 1950s picture. Yeah, I'm sure it makes you very proud.
I do. Yes, I'm very proud of him. He was 17 in that picture.
Wow. Yeah, that's like I said. He looks like a shortstop at Morton in a freshman baseball team. All right, man. Thank you to your dad for serving. I know it brings up a lot of memories, and thanks for calling in.
Hey, just want to let you know also, Griffith Tri Kappa, this is another thing that I'm very proud of. Griffith Tri Kappa has actually nominated my dad. He doesn't know about this either, so if anybody knows my dad, don't say anything. This morning at the Veterans Ceremony, they're going to be honoring him with one of the honor blankets.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Jim. Okay, bye.
All right.